So I've got the screw in the vise, and you can see how the head is all beat up. So all I have to do is now take a hammer and then just smack it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Motorcycle Rewind, and today we're back with the 1966 Suzuki Bearcat 120cc two-stroke monster. And if you guys saw the last video, we were waiting to see if the oil leak showed up. So last night I filled up the oil tank because it was really low, filled it up, and we did present a leak. And I did wipe it. When I wiped it, I did realize it was the same color as the oil here. And then I started doing a little investigating. And this is what we found. Let me turn this light up a little bit. If you look, first off, we're missing this screw right here. But if I can go underneath, behind here, if you look right underneath that screw head, right there, where the light's on, there's a little drop of oil right there. It's right in there, and it's dripping down from right here. So I'm going to pull off this side cover right here and see what's going on in there. Let me look to see if I have some other hardware I can put in there. Let's see where that's coming from. Let's get this spunk out of here. See where this is leaking. We may just clean this out really good and let it sit and see where we start to see the drip from. Okay guys, we got some brake clean and it's now even stronger. So we're gonna hose this out really good and then let's blow it out. Hit it one more time. Hit it one more time. Now we get to just wait to see where it starts to leak again. At least we got that bit clean, so I'll check back with you guys in just a few moments. Okay guys, while I'm in here, while I'm waiting, I'm just gonna check to make sure these are snug. I'm not going crazy on them. This one is kind of loose. That one was kind of loose. So we've got them snugged up, so we'll see. We'll let it go now that we're nice and clean, and then we'll see where it comes from. I may start it up to get it to pump a little bit. Okay, this thing's dead cold. Let's see if it'll start right up. That's one. 3. That should be enough to get some juice pumping around. Let's let it go. Let's let it sit. Okay, we're going to look at this kickstart lever. First off, it's too loose right on there for some reason. And second thing is that this guy spins around a little too far. If you look at it, when you're trying to kick it, it should stop around right there. So we may have to weld in a little bit of material just to make it stop a little bit. Okay guys, here's our repaired kickstart lever. And no, my wife's the only one that watches me weld. So because I own a welder, doesn't mean I'm a welder. And I'm not an expert, just a guy in a garage. But this will definitely make this considerably better, especially that it'll be on all the way, and so now it'll stop right here as opposed to where it was before, so it'll have more positive engagement. which we need more positive engagement in our life. So let me get this tightened down and then we'll give it a go. So let's give it a kick. We might as well turn it on, see if it starts. Yeah, this is way better. It actually, you don't feel like your foot's gonna slide off like before. Thought I was gonna break it. So that's good. Awesome. Okay guys, I may have fixed it. I was getting a little drip right here, which I assumed it was coming from here. I first tightened it a little bit more, and that made it leak a little bit more. So I backed it out all the way and then ran it back in and just snugged it. Maybe got the washer at a different spot. We should probably look to see if we can replace this washer, but I want to see if that stops it. If that stops it, I can look to replace this washer and just to make it a little bit better. But I think we may have fixed it. I'm about to roll it outside and let it run for a little while, and then we'll check it again. Okay guys, it looks as though we may have solved the challenge. Meaning we're dry. We're dry right now. We're gonna let it sit here for a little while. I just ran it outside for about 15 minutes and just let it run. We're good and hot. And again, I wanted this oil pump pumping to see if we would lose some oil. We haven't had any come out there yet, so we're doing pretty good so far. So we'll keep an eye on it. I put the oil pump cover back on. The leak has been solved. We're going to leave it on cardboard just to check and see, and just in case. But I want to show you an easy little trick if you end up with stripped out screw heads like this, especially on these old Japanese bikes. If they're not using a JIS screwdriver, a Phillips head is going to strip it out. So let me show you an easy trick for this. So I've got the screw in the vise, and you can see how the head is all beat up. So all I have to do is now take a hammer and then just smack it. And then, so you can see how my ends, I've got more solid edges. And then just take this bit, put it right in there, and then just, and then get it out. And now I've got better, let me do it one more time. And coming in here. Now I've got much better, you see it? That's much better. It's not perfect, but this is gonna bite a whole lot better than it did before. Okay, now it's back in and way better. So sometimes if you end up with one stripped out, just beat on it a little bit, put it back in. Okay, so guys, it looks as though we were able to solve the oil leak problem just by simply loosening that nut, repositioning it, putting it back in. Just got to a better spot on the washer. We're gonna look to see, order the washers and gaskets for the inside of the pump just to make sure. But as for right now, in the last couple of hours, 0 leaks, which is good. What we're going to do next, I'm gonna find the owner's manual and I'm gonna do all the recommended maintenance. I'm gonna go through from top to bottom. We will be changing the fluids. We will clean the points. I'm gonna check the spark plug and just basically clean what we have and make sure it's tip top. Okay guys, so we're back. The good thing is that the little Suzuki, as Carrie calls it, Hellcat, the Bearcat does not leak anymore. We've solved that. But what we're gonna do now is a little maintenance on the carburetor. So we're gonna pull the carb off. You put a pan underneath. Yeah, that gas doesn't look to be the best. See, we got some trash in there. Probably what we were running, just seems like we lost a little bit of power maybe. So we'll get some, we're gonna pull everything off, and we'll get this guy off, get those guys off. We'll hose this out really good, and then see if we can just clean it up a little bit. This little guy, we'll clean it up. Let's see through it. That's clear. We'll run some stuff through it. What else do we have? That's it. And then that guy all the way down there. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, we're just checking the fuel flow on this gas tank, on this petcock, because I may have some trash in the gas, in the gas tank, which could be holding this up. So we're gonna drain the tank into here. Plus, it looks like we got a little, maybe not the best gas. It doesn't smell the best, so let me open that up. But I want to try it on both and make sure we're getting flow, and then we may rinse out the tank. Let me show you what it looks like on the inside. Oh, good thing that didn't fall in there. It doesn't look too bad. Maybe this, I can't tell if that's scale. Let me take this off. If that's scaly in there or not. It looks like there's some that's a little, let me get this out of your way, sorry. Looks like there's some back there that's a little loose, so we're gonna rinse it out. I don't know if this tank has been lined. See, that looks a little loose, which could be coming off in the fuel. So we're gonna rinse out the tank just to make it a little bit better. Okay, so this is the old spark plug. Looked a little rough. We're gonna clean it up and just so that she can have it. But I've got a new B7HS, is what the factory called for. I looked up the factory gap, 0.020 to 0.028. So I've got this handy dandy little spark plug tool, which I love. It's got a little bar here that you can bend the tab if you need to, and it's got everything you need, which is super awesome. If I need to clean it, I can use this to clean it. It's really cool, but then it's got the feeler gauges right on the side. So this one says between 0.020 to 0.028, so I'm gonna go 0.028 right here. I'm gonna check my gap, and 0.028 does not fit, so we're within range. I'm just gonna go ahead and send it. We'll go there, that should be good. Snap on. I'm gonna put the carburetor back together, put it on, and then we're gonna run an auxiliary fuel line, auxiliary tank to here, and just run it, and then we're gonna pull the tank off. Okay, let's start the wiggling process to try to get this guy into here. Just have to work your way. Is that it? I think so. Yeah, that's gotta work back. Okay, so now I've got it in. Let me just tighten it up. I think that is just about snug. And there we go. Okay, I've got my little auxiliary fuel tank that I use here. Okay, let's kick it. Now that we've new spark plug, clean the carburetor a bit, run this to start. Sounds like we got an air leak. Okay guys, so no air leak. We don't have an air leak, but we do have our cable, the throttle cable is not seated in all the way. So we had it on turbo. So we'll just get it in there and we'll be donezo potato. There you go. Key on, kick it. Sucker sounds good. This guy sounds really good. It's super loud, and that's because, I don't know if I shared this with you guys already, but it ain't got a baffle. It's missing a baffle. It's not baffled. So if it had a baffle in there, it'd probably sound a little bit better. So, but I mean, a little bit better meaning not quite as loud. We were riding this thing earlier today, and I'm surprised that, my neighbors didn't call the cops on me. Not that they would, but it is so loud. And we were riding this one and the little Kawasaki. We were riding those two, so we were two-stroking it out there. Just trying to take care of the mosquitoes for the neighborhood, doing our good deed for the day. But this guy is just about done. Just about done. I need to clean the tank, so my next step is to pull the seat off, pull the tank off, take it outside, hose it out, and then we'll be, we should be good to go after that. Okay. The way this seat mounts in, slides into this bar right here, and then over these. Hey guys, for those of you who know these bikes, is this a stock fender or did they have a different fender on these? It looks like it was added sometime in its life, but I would think it would have a lower fender just based on when it was made. But you guys let me know. Once we have this tank off, we'll be able to just really clean up the frame and everything like that. While we're here, why wouldn't we? Right? Let's see. Just want to make sure you don't lose these little rubber washers that go with them. So let me pull that off. It just sits just like that. It's kind of cool, huh? Coil mounts here. Horn. I'm a fan of these stamped steel frames, these early bikes like this. Just making sure I pull off these other, so I'm gonna take it outside to hose it off, so I don't want to lose those. And good thing we already drained the gas from it, so we're gonna take it outside and go clean this tank out. All I'm gonna use is some Dawn dishwashing liquid. Guys, I already drained the tank, so I'm gonna fill it full of, I'm gonna use too much Dawn dishwashing liquid. Let's get this done. Okay guys, this is what I do. I take the vacuum cleaner, I put it on the out selection, the blow selection, stick it into the top of into the filler hole. This one works out great in the filler neck because it fits right in there. Don't have to rig up some adapter, and then I just turn it on, and I just let it blow out the bottom, and I'll let it run here 10-15 minutes while that tank is out there cooking with the vacuum cleaner. I'm just going to start cleaning this up, and I'm just using the tub of towel and just wiping it all down, and then I'll come back with a dry towel and just get it clean. I know this may seem kind of crazy, but this is rewarding to me, and I think they run better after you clean them. So then we'll just take a towel like this and dry it off. I just believe that they don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be the best, you know, the most pristine motorcycle or a concourse restoration. But if it's clean and it's an honest example, it doesn't have to be. And so that's kind of the way I am. Like I said before, I didn't ask Amanda if I could clean her motorcycle. If it's here, I'm going to clean it. But look at the difference. You know, we could leave it like this. I mean, leave it like this, just dirty, or we could just clean it up. It takes a couple seconds. I'm just cleaning these up. I may check this. I'm just seeing this. Let me check and see what's behind there. Maybe we'll just rewrap that. See if there's anything cut in there. Again, nobody's ever going to see this, but we did, so we might as well clean it up. They don't look like they're cut. No, they don't look cut or anything like that. So I'm just going to get some tape in just a minute. Perfect. Now we'll just screw it in. Okay, I've got the tank, it's all dried out. I've got a little thread tape on my threads for my petcock, and then now I'm just going to screw it in. Okay, now let's get this tank on here. Okay, so I have the tank in. Okay, so I got a new fuel line, new fuel filter in here, so we should be good to go. Getting them between the, and then she's smacking it forward till they just drop in. Okay guys, so there you have it. We've wrapped up everything on the Suzuki B105P Bearcat. So guys, as always, thanks for watching yet another episode of Motorcycle Rewind. And do me a favor, like, tag, share, and follow us on Instagram at Motorcycle Rewind. And do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. And while you're in the subscribing mood, go ahead and wander on over to our friends, Brickhouse Builds, Moto Mango, Ace Cafe Bikes, Mile Zero Racers, and Pete's Classic Cycle, and give those guys a subscribe too. Thanks again, guys, and have a great day.